Oh, that's real good.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel Penny Lesson. We talk about everything finance, from tips on making money and proper investing to news about the different economies and situations affecting the global markets. The goal of this channel is not only to teach you how to be more financially responsible, but also to teach you how to be more aware of global events. So why not just sit back and relax while we tell you what's happening in the finance sphere? Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to be constantly updated on my latest videos. Remember, one penny lesson a day keeps being penny less away. Ray Dalio is well versed in the political and economic upheavals of the last half-millennium. In this video, he describes a major shift happening in the globe right now and how it affects everyone. This might be the biggest news we could receive about the upcoming crash. Stay tuned and keep watching to find out more. 3 phenomena are currently occurring to extremes that have not been seen since 1930 to 1945, and it's crucial to be aware of these 3 things and to comprehend them fully. The first is the current state of credit and money. The government requires purchasing power when interest rates are low or even zero, but they are unable to tax it. As a result, a lot of debt has been created, which the central bank then purchases with newly printed funds. Starting in 2008, when interest rates were at zero, it began to happen in recent years. They had to print a lot of debt because they were unable to cut their interest rates, and the government entered the market and purchased it. An ongoing debt cycle is about to cease. The question of where the money comes from and who will receive what makes this a significant issue. The government will now decide what that is, print it, and the value of money will decrease. The second is the widening political and wealth disparity, which is leading to serious confrontations. The fundamental issues that have sparked conflicts throughout history have always been wealth and political influence. What we are dealing with is a situation where there is significant wealth inequality and an economic slowdown. The conflict is caused by a wealth political gap, which is the second of the two, and it's happening when we don't have much money because our financial situation isn't good. The third factor is the emergence of a great power to contend with an established great power. The ascent of China as a threat to the US. There have always been world orders which have dominated human history. After it, in 1945, the American world order was established. The globe's winners divided the world in 1945 after the United States won the war. 80% of the gold was ours. We controlled over half of the global economy and 80% of the world's money. As a result, the United States set the laws, which is why the UN is located in New York. We started the American century, which is why the IMF and the International Bank are in Washington, D.C. But right now, China is emerging as a major force. They have a comparable level of power and are expanding more quickly, which has an impact. These 3 historical events prompted me to research past events to learn any lessons I could from them. Everyone is affected by it, so let's start with ourselves and stop worrying about the outside world. What must we do to understand that you must be in it with us, such as if we can row in the same direction? Can we be healthy and strong? Okay, if we can disagree civilly and go past that, if we can join forces with the rich and the poor, we will probably have something. It's nearly a given. There is no turning back once you cross the line. Because of the harm you do by demonizing that person or group of people, communication and conflict have been broken down. Is it respectable to strive to address these kinds of problems? Or will they stop at nothing to succeed? Because the authority of a constitution or legislation is limited, there must be some level of reverence for it. The opportunities differ significantly. Consider 2 people who have equal opportunities. Once you begin to understand that denying yourself immediate enjoyment will improve you, etc. When it comes to money, that's when you start learning, and that's what makes a difference. You have savings now that you don't want, so that implies I want savings. Therefore, The question of where do I put it will follow. After making your choice, you will have the opportunity to experience and learn. First, determine how long you can survive on your savings in days, weeks, months, or years. By doing that, you'll feel more secure. So, take a look at your spending and ask yourself, how much do I need? And whatever that amount is, you'll need more than that because it can decrease rather than increase. Do I have a year to spend now? Start by asking yourself, what are the things that are most important to me? After that, then you begin with your home or business, which has a mutually beneficial relationship. Your business may be your best investment if you start there. However, if you have a job, that isn't the issue as you are in a different situation. I believe there is a positive aspect to your house. A fundamental characteristic of your home is that you have made forced savings from it and are living there happily. As a result, when you're enjoying it, controlling it, owning it, etc., that's quite admirable. There may be advantages if they continue to offer mortgage tax discounts and other incentives. You require a particular amount of liquid when you start with what is nearby and how much. To put it another way, you have money at home, you have to pay a mortgage or something, and then all of a sudden, it becomes non-liquid, and you lose your job. That might provide you problems. So how much liquid do I have? How much of my possessions are solid? Okay, and as soon as you start doing those things correctly, you'll find that you're in good form. After that, you begin to have more experience before moving on. Learning comes through experiences. I gained knowledge through my experiences. I began when I was 12 years old. I used a caddy and invested the money I earned there in the stock market with good luck. I invested in the one business I had ever heard of whose shares were going for less than $5. It was a business that was set to fail, but another business bought it, and it tripled. However, by experimenting, you can learn. It is misery when you earn $100 and spend $105 on expenses. You will lead a fulfilling life if you make $100 and spend $95 on average. Many of the folks I know work there despite having low incomes. Because if you start to consider how much it costs to live on the essentials, I believe that the majority of people can position themselves so that they are net positive. The first is to be net positive if you can do so, in terms of what you need and what you are great at. The second is what you do next. Avoid thinking that an investment that performed well is a good investment, which is the most common investing blunder. Everybody is comparing and competing with those markets that did well, which frequently resulted in them becoming more expensive. The result is that gullible money purchase is the trending item, the awful thing, which might also be the defeated thing. I, therefore, advise diversifying. First of all, investments compete with one another, making it difficult to determine which investment is superior. Life would be simple, and everyone would make a ton of money if they could do it. Furthermore, playing in this competitive game is incredibly challenging, making it very challenging to determine which is better or worse. You may use experts and run a variety of tests. However, you would discover that they are capable of selecting that, and that you cannot predict if the worst candidates will improve. As a result, you realize that choosing even the greatest ones might be challenging, especially if you're naive. Similar to how we invest hundreds of millions of dollars in research every year to attempt to give us an advantage. You must now compete with us, okay? As a result, it is more difficult to compete in the markets than in the Olympics. However, more people make an effort to achieve that. It is, therefore, a zero-sum game, but diversification will lower your risk without lowering your crucial return. There you have it. Quite possibly the largest economic crisis in history. What do you think of Ray Dalio's takeaways from history? Do you agree? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Wow, was that news? Why not ponder it? Want to know the latest? Comment if you want more articles like this. This video is just one of many videos on my channel that brings you the latest news about the world of global finance and economies. So go hit that subscribe button if you don't miss out on content like these. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Thank you for all your support, and I'll see you again next time. Remember, 1 penny lesson a day keeps being penniless away. Cheers.